to our local non-league, and of course, joining me as usual on a Sunday, a bit earlier than normal. And of course, it is the legend that is Mr. Andy Leese, the manager at Enfield Town. And Andy, another good win for you yesterday. And as we spoke about off air, I mean, results as well going the right way, but it was a tough one still.
Yeah, very productive day for us, Dave. Yeah, we had to work hard, we had to battle the conditions as well. I think most people would have seen yesterday. I think we went through most kind of weather scenarios you could think of, But yeah, it was a tough afternoon. I've said it before. Horsham are a good side. I think they're probably underachieving with what they've got, but we found a way in the second half. And you're right, yeah, productive day all round because lots of the results around us, went for us and put us in an even stronger position.
And I see, it was from what I've read on Twitter and social media, it was a cracking goal as well.
Yeah, set piece. Yeah, Jerry's 50th game for us, and yeah, great delivery. We changed 10, 15 minutes in the half. We changed shape. We weren't getting a lot of joy. Changed shape, changed a couple of personnel, and paid off. Yeah, what you'd call a real towering header, sort of towards the back post. He out jumped a couple of theirs and just powered it in. So yeah, and then we had some chances, Dave, as well. We could have gone home last night with a couple more goals to the good, but yeah, it was tough work, tough afternoon.
But 4 to go now, so we're getting closer and closer and closer to the end of the season. And say 4 to go for you, 6 to go for one of your neighbours in Cheshunt, and they seem to be the danger team now for everybody else around to maybe sneak in there at the last dibs.
Yeah, I think we've been saying it for a few weeks now, haven't we? But I think we also said that they'd have to win every game that they're playing to get in there, but they are, aren't they? And yeah, it's set a bit of distance yesterday. Us winning, probably a 10-point gap now down, I think, to Lewis and Folkestone. But you're right, Cheshunt are the ones who could easily creep in. They still got some tough fixtures. They got to play Hornchurch on Tuesday. They got to play Lewis still. They got to play Stortford as well. So they've got they've probably got the toughest task of all, but they've got the momentum. And yeah, they could well continue that and get in there the way they're going.
But I mean, with yourselves though, did you come through yesterday all sort of injury free?
Not really. No, we picked up a couple of knocks yesterday with Adam Cunnington, and Jerry got a bang on the head as well, and Ryan Kerwin. But the good news is we've got a week to recover. So yeah, but there were some bumps and bruises yesterday. So we changed personnel when we felt we could, and we've got a good squad though, Dave. We're at full strength. There was a couple of players not getting in the 16 yesterday, so I'm absolutely delighted. We had Jake Cass back in yesterday, and he came on and made a difference. So yeah, one or two injuries, Dave, but I don't think they're long term. I don't think they'll keep anybody out longer than this week.
I mean, we said last week, didn't we, that this week we could see a difference, and I said, and Paul said the same thing to me as well at Ware, and I think next week we could be sitting here looking at it going, well, you're definitely in, you're definitely out, possibly looking a little bit more stronger, because of course between now and then, as you just adhere to there, Cheshunt got 2 home games, Hornchurch on Tuesday night, Lewis on Saturday. So if they slip up in one of those two, or if they maybe pick up maximum points in those two, then all of a sudden then that makes it maybe a little bit difficult then maybe for a Hornchurch, a Lewis, or a Folkestone to squeeze back in there. So they could be on a bit of a run, but as you said, they've got some tough games to play. They've got Hornchurch, Lewis, Bognor, Haringey, Bishop Stortford, and Corinthian Casuals before they get in. But do you expect them to get in?
Cheshunt.
Yeah.
Well, I think you asked me the same question about 3 weeks ago, and I thought that they couldn't. And I thought that Folkestone at that point with a team with the momentum, but clearly they can, mathematically. I mean, but I think they'll have to win all of those games to do it. I'm not sure who Lewis are playing, for example, but I think they'll have to do that. And I'd love them to do it. I think if there's us, and if it was say Hornchurch and Stortford and Cheshunt, I mean, can you imagine? It's a pretty local kind of top five if it ended up like that, isn't it? But yeah, certainly Cheshunt can do it. They're a good side. Craig's got a bit of depth in his squad. I think looking at his team selections, he keep mixing it around a bit. But he's got goals there. He's built on a very strong defence. Their goals against his column is fantastic. So yeah, of course they can do it, and it's the team with the momentum. It's, as you see, Folkestone been slipping up, Lewis slipping up, Hornchurch dropped points yesterday. It's you've got to hold your nerve right now and just keep not lose games anyway. Don't get beaten is the key. But yeah, for sure, Cheshunt are the ones with all the momentum, and I right here, right now, you can see them getting in there. But I think they'll have to win with some very, very difficult games there. Because Hornchurch and Lewis and Stortford will probably still all need the points as well to either secure top five or secure a particular place, a position in that top five.
Yeah, I mean, looking at your game now at the weekend, I mean, some of your fans might be looking at that game going, well, look, great, we're off to one of my favourite grounds, I must admit, in Brightlingsea, and you're going to go up to Brightlingsea and to play them. But some of the fans might look at that game as right, that's 3 points in the bag, we're coming home with them, so that's not a problem because of where they are. But of course, as well as I do, Brightlingsea are down there, Brightlingsea no pushovers, and they're going to be down there fighting for their lives because the bottom of the table now, I think there's about six teams with 2 points between them or something along those sort of lines. So they're going to be fighting for their lives down there this weekend, and probably could be a more trickier game maybe than the Horsham game you've just played, because they've really got something to fight for.
Oh, for sure, Dave. I mean, I said off air, didn't we? The bottom of the table's just in the last, since we played Leatherhead, not more than 2 weeks ago, has suddenly got very interesting. I think East Thurrock have just won the last three, haven't they? And Leatherhead have won a couple. Cray have not managed to pick up many points. Brightlingsea, Merstham, in fact, have got dragged down there as well. So yeah, you're right. It's sort of concertina at the bottom, hasn't it? And yeah, it's very, very interesting. I'm sure Brightlingsea, nobody wants to lose the status, Dave, do they? At this level. And yeah, that's going to be a tough game. I have to say, it's not one of my favourite places to go to. It's yeah, I don't know why. It's just one of those grounds that we've always done all right there. But you're right, Dave. They'll be fighting for their lives, and yeah, could well be more difficult. I mean, with all the games recently, I think as a team we found Leatherhead the most challenging. They didn't play like or look like a team that's bottom or second bottom of the league. But we've done our homework. We've looked at Brightlingsea. We know what they're all about. So hopefully, we'll be at full strength. Players have got the bit between the teeth now. We want to carry on this fantastic run of we've had six wins on the spin now. We want to continue that, and we'll go there in determined kind of fashion and good spirit, and look to carry on. I want to, if it's one win for us that secures a place in the top five, then great. But if we need two, we'll just keep going, Dave, and wary and respectful of every opponent. So no easy games.
And then after that, you've got Cray Wanderers, and it's am I right in saying Good Friday game?
Yeah, we brought it forward early. We sort of decided early on that was the thing to do. Try and give ourselves a bit more recovery time between the Friday and the Monday. Hopefully get a decent crowd on the Friday as well. So yeah, that's the next challenge, and then Potter's Bar on the Monday. Local derby, always be a little bit spicy, and irrespective if there's anything riding on it or not. And then we finish off with Bognor at home, and they've got a bit of resurgence since they had a sort of shuffle of their management structure.
Well, I mean, even that game Good Friday though, Randy, that's going to be a tough as well. And another team fought down there fighting for their lives. New manager in Neil Smith, as well. So that is going to be
absolutely
not just because of fighting down there, but you've got somebody with a heck of a lot of experience in Neil Smith taking over as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm sure Neil will have changed it round. You know, I don't know if he's in a position to sign too many new players, but there's some very experienced players in that group. Plenty of legs and energy when we played them down at their place as well in early January. But yeah, I'm sure he will have organised or reorganised them differently. And yeah, they'll be desperately trying to cling on to their position in the division as well. So yeah, you're dead right, Dave. No gimmies, no easy games anywhere in this league, especially this year. It's been as even as I've known it. I say there are no teams cut adrift. There's not a lot of points between the top half and the bottom half when you look at it. So yeah, you've got a tough run, Dave, but we're determined to stay unbeaten to the end of the season. So our objective is to try and secure a top 5 position as quickly as we can.
I don't know if anybody else who watches these interviews that we do every Sunday and agrees with me, but every Sunday I seem to talk to you, you seem to get more and more and more excited about what's coming up.
Do I? That's a good sign. Good.
Yeah, exactly. The good thing is it's that time of the season when you normally see managers getting a little bit stressful and all the rest of it, but you seem very relaxed. You seem very sort of like what's home for the anticipation of what's coming next and all the rest of it. And that's all power to you, to be really honest with you. And I think it's just you just look like it's like I'm really looking forward to this game. I'm really and you can see it in your face. It's not just something like a manager just comes out.
I do wear my heart on my sleeve, Dave. That's one of my characteristics. But yeah, I embrace it. I've over a long management career, I've been in 7 or 8 playoff campaigns and been successful and unsuccessful, and I love the thrill of it. And and I think I'm excited for the club as well, to be in there. It's been a long time that we scrambled into the playoffs in 2015 or 16 and or 7 just before I came in, I think. Yeah, of course, I embrace it, Dave, the same as the management team do and all the players at the moment. We're in a good place. So yeah. And in terms of people watching it, Dave, I'm losing count. How many people come up to me on a Saturday and say, "Oh, I love watching your interviews with that Dave Square on a Sunday." So there's plenty going on. I've got to name check one of the players because I was told I keep wearing the same top, Dave. It must be my go-to kind of comfort top on a Sunday. I'm turning into Brian Clough. I used to like his green sweatshirt. I keep wearing that. So I've changed today because Adam Cunnington and Scott Thomas were reminding me last night that I'm thinking, God, I didn't even know they watched it. But they said, yeah, Gaffer, you keep wearing the same top. So, but no, there's a number of fans yesterday, Dave, who coming up to me again and said they really enjoy what we do. And, it gives me a chance to say a bit more than I can say in program notes or, working around the club. So yeah, don't worry about the viewing numbers, Dave.
I mean, hopefully. I mean, fingers crossed. I'm away on holiday from work anyway. So hopefully, I shall get there for the Cray Wanderers game on Friday. We'll go up there and we'll do some live footage and stuff as well. So we'll try and do that on that day as well on Good Friday. But it just feels like there's a real good buzz, around your club at the moment. I mean, from top to bottom. I mean, I speak to my sister-in-law, say secretary of the ladies team, as well, and the youth and etc. So the girls, and you can tell the buzz that she's got, and the girls come over to me now and they start talking. One of them plays for your third team and the under-18s, and she comes over to me and she says, "Oh, did you see that, Uncle Dave? We've got this so-and-so," and she's already talking about the likes of Mo and, of course, and and others as well. Do you know what I mean? But she, a year ago, 18 months ago, she probably wouldn't have known the names of half of your players, but now she's over to me, talking to me about, the likes of yourself and Mo and everybody else. So it just feels like there's a really good camaraderie coming, and that can only be good for a fan-owned club as well.
Absolutely, yeah. And I think you're always listen. The other sections in the club, the youth, and in our case, the academy, the ladies section. All the other teams we've got, they're absolutely vitally important. And, we are a community club in the truest sense of the word. But ultimately, as a club, you're led and and sort of I guess judged on how your first team's doing, And you're right, it's given everybody a lift, I think, since January, really, since we got through January, and it's clear that we're probably going to be part of the shake-up. Mo attracts the attention, but so do other players as well, But you're absolutely right, yeah, it has created a great atmosphere around the place, and training nights are great. Training nights, we have our under-18s training next to us, and we have had a couple of those boys come in and work with us. The ladies with Billy Heighton, they train next to us as well. So, yeah, I guess it all kind of, feeds off each other. But you're right, yeah, great time to be at the club. And, as you say, I'm always proud and excited to be leading it. It's we just got to hope we can make it successful. I don't want to say getting into playoffs and I don't know, having the amount of points total we've got. Oh, it's the most successful season we've had. I want to be pushing on, getting in there, and getting through the next stage, as it were. For me, that will be success. And I'd like to finish second in the league. I think that would be success as well. We can't win it. We know why. I still think we blew our chance when we played Worthing. But yeah, Dave, you're absolutely right. Real buzz about the place. The crowds are up. The atmosphere in the club after the games is. Last night, I walked in. I mean, you thought we'd have won something. I was looking for the trophy. It was like the atmosphere and and the players get a great reception. There's a great rapport with the players and the fans and myself and management team. So yeah, certainly a great time to be at the club, Dave. But the job's not done yet.
No. Well, listen, mate, we wish you all the very, very best for the weekend coming up, and of course all the players as well. Enjoy your trip to Brightling. So I like it anyway, but there we go. But I
like the place.
Give my best to everybody up there as well, and we'll speak next Sunday, and we'll have another chat about everything that's been going on with you and the club then. But for everybody who watches, massive thank you. Really, really appreciate you watching our chats. Until next week, though. Good night.